hi everybody, and welcome into the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show. We're here at beautiful Gordonwood Stadium, joined by the beautiful Sammy Burnett, head football coach and athletic director of the Brownwood Lions. You just fit right into the stadium there, Coach. You look like a natural right there at Gordonwood.
Yeah, beautiful. Boy, you're getting a little crazy now. I have been known to be handsome, but not beautiful.
Well, we all know that because we see you every week here on the Coaches Show.
That's right.
You know how many people text me and tell me that handsome coach of
Yeah,
yours.
0.
How do you know that? I do. Well, it's good to see you. How was your weekend?
It's all right, Carl.
All right. Watched a lot of tape and film, I guess. Wiley, I don't want to dwell too much on that, but we're through the non-district schedule. I can say that.
That's right.
All right. As you go back and look at that film against Wiley, tough loss on their homecoming night, just kind of give me what your take on that and what you saw.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. Lack of execution, whether it be not being where you're supposed to be, not making tackles, dropping balls, busting assignments up front line-wise, bad reads, undisciplined eyes on defense. There's a lot of things we can throw in there to culminate the fact that we got beat. The bottom line is we got to get better. Of course, social media blows up, and first thing they want to do is bash and that kind of stuff. I wish people wouldn't do that because our kids are so social media in tuned. They see all that, and then it puts doubt in them. We got to continue. We have a group of guys that are working extremely hard, that are trying to find themselves and their fit, and to get outside information that's really not true. Most of the time, people that talk on those venues don't have a clue what they're talking about anyway. So I feel sorry for our kids because they're seeing that. I've already had some kids talk to me about it, and we're trying to talk them off the ledge. We're going to continue to grow us and get better as a group and see what we can do to get where we need to be as quick as we need to be there. We kick off district play against the Middle-Oakton Heritage team that is extremely good. They're ranked in the top 10 for a reason. They're big. Their quarterback is extremely good. He throws the ball very well. He runs their offense very well. I think defensively, they're a good football team up front. I think their back end, their safeties and their corners are exceptionally good. They've been playing together for a while. So we're going to have to grow, and we're going to have to advance, and we're going to have to improve to compete with those teams. And for our kids, we got to continue to teach them, which we'll do this week, to buy in to what we're trying to do and trust your teammates and your coaches and what we're selling to try to get them in a position to be successful. It's not time to jump ship. The rats are jumping off the boat, but we're going to stay afloat and just continue to grow our kids. And like I said, make sure that we have the right people in the right spots, and which I feel we do. It's just you look at, I'll give you a good example. Our player of the week is Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown's a sophomore that's played 5 football games. He's finally starting to see and understand and learn the speed of the game. He had 10 tackles. He had 3 solo tackles, and all of a sudden we can start to see his growth and his progress as a player because he's getting acclimated to the environment that he's in. A lot of times people want to compare a JV game to a varsity game, and I got news for you. There is absolutely no comparison. And Jalen is a great example that he played on the JV last year. He came up with us at the end of the year, and we suited him up, got into the game, just to get him a dose of it. And then came this year, and he's taken him 5 weeks for us to start seeing what we know we can see in Jalen, the type of athlete he is, the type of linebacker we think that he can be. But it's taken us 5 weeks to start seeing that, and patience. Coach Jones' patience in just never giving up on a kid and continue to grow him, and all of a sudden you're starting to see the evidence of that, and Jalen's starting to become that linebacker that we think he can be, and I think he's going to be great. So still fighting that curve of trying to educate our kids and get them to play at the physicality and the speed of the game that they need to so that they can have opportunities to be successful. And when you're playing top-tier teams, it's difficult to do that. Wiley beat us the other night. I tip my hat to them, but I think they're a great football team. I don't think they're just, top 10 caliber, but they were big. We weren't able to get off blocks. We got to figure out a way to get off blocks because we're not big. I think we're strong enough. Mm-hmm. We're just not getting it done. So we got to find a way to get it done. There's no excuse. We don't make excuses. I don't make excuses for me or our coaching staff or our kids. We just deal with truth. And the bottom line is we got to find a way to get better. Our kids work hard, our coaches work hard, and that's what we're going to do. What is the outcome of that? I do not know. But whatever the outcome is, it will have nothing to do with or relevance with our kids' desire and our work ethic. We're always going to do that. We're going to teach our kids to grind, and we'll take the opportunities that are given to us and do the best that we can with them. And at night when you lay down and you put your head on the pillow, you can feel good about yourself because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I preach that to our kids, and I preach it to our coaches. Always have faith in you, in yourself, and who you are and what you're doing, and continue to be a hard worker and a grinder, and good things will come of that. Period. Don't listen to those that will tell you you can't do something or that you won't do something or that you're incapable, because those people are out there. You know why? Because they can't.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I look at it. Those that don't and won't try to keep you from doing what you want to do. That's discipline is not allowing someone to deter you from your goals and dreams. And for our kids, it really, like I said, I don't want to get on a soapbox, but it irks me. If you're a grown man and you want to say something to me as a grown man, say it to me. I'll be more than happy to listen to you or oblige you. But when you're dealing with kids and they're so influential and you're trying to do it in a way that's not conducive to success on them, just don't really understand that. So we'll have long conversations with our kids. We'll do everything we can to stay off the social media gig. But as we know, kids, that's what they deal with, their phones, man. So I've already dealt with some of our kids and how they're handling it, and whether you're not talking about them, but you're talking about their teammate that they love and they care about, and it hurts them because we're a family. So we're going to try to educate our kids in that avenue as well, and anticipate that won't get better. And how do you deal with those kind of things and go out and be fighters and work hard and let's play and have fun.
Yeah, I did see some of that last night, social media. Mm-hmm. If you want to support the Brownwood Lions, that is not the way to do it. This man here has put together a heck of a coaching staff. We love Sammy and his staff. They're doing the best they can to put the team out there that's going to win. And you want to win ball games, but it's more about that. It's about building character. Sure. You have a great bunch of players out there. Your coaches are amazing. And for you that like to take the chicken way out and go to social media, that is not the way to do it. Because as you said, the players see that. That is not the way to support this football team. All right? Get behind these kids.
Amen. I appreciate that, Carl. For an adult, for me, I've been doing it for 28 years. I've dealt with this all the time. I understand that, but when you're talking about kids, man, are we really trying to give our kids every avenue to have the confidence they need to go out there and do what they need to do? I don't think so. I just think, the Bible says there are those people that'll be against you that you've done nothing to cause ill will towards or nothing. The Bible says, let the Lord take care of those. And that's how I deal with that kind of stuff. I do his work and let him take care of what needs to be taken care of. But there's some out there that just want to be negative.
Yes.
I don't know.
Stir the pot.
I'm asking you, be negative with each other, but please don't put it on social media so that our kids are subjected to that, because we live in a world where kids are socially involved and it's social media. And now when we're trying to be successful and teach our kids what we need, it's starting to be influenced by others, and now our kids are doubting and they're coming to us and saying, Coach, why would someone say this, or why would someone do, doesn't make sense. So that's my 2 cents. And if you have a problem with me or anybody, what we're doing, I'll give you my phone number. You can call me. You can come visit with me. You can sit down in a chair with me. But, man, when it comes to our kids, man, we got to support and love our kids, period. We live in a society that's lacking love and lacking discipline, and we need it as much as we can get of it. So be damned with the football games. Let's help raise our kids in a productive manner.
Yeah, that does not help one bit, man. All right. Coach, I know we're off again this week, so just tell me a little bit about the schedule this week and what's going to happen with the boys.
Right, like today we're taking care of wounds, beat up guys, concussion guys, ankles, quads, hamstrings, shoulders, dealing with a lot of things, trying to get them healed. Definitely working on the mental part of it right now. So watch film together today as a team, offensively and defensively, to try to understand and figure out what we can do to get better. Did it as a team. Usually we break up into individual positions and talk to our kids individually, but felt it was important today to get together as a team and do that and see how the whole shoe, how it all fits how every piece fits in the puzzle, so we have a better understanding. Tomorrow we'll lift weights, try to continue with our strength, and do some agility stuff and some running stuff for the cardiovascular, trying to work out soreness, trying to take care of those that are injured and help them get back on the healing way. And then Wednesday, not sure exactly what we're going to do Wednesday, but I'll have a plan in place, whether we go out and work some special teams. I'll talk to the captains, see where their mental process is in that. We'll definitely do stuff during the period. On Thursday, we'll have our game plan ready for Midlothian, and we'll start Thursday preparing for them, whether it be the mental walkthroughs, the set recognition, the plays that we're going to run, the execution of those plays, and how we're going to do that to what they're going to see based on film study, and then going out there and just repping some stuff. And on Friday, we'll practice as well, but we'll take 2 full days to get ready, additional days to get ready for Midlothian, and try to do that in a way that we can stay fresh. And our kids definitely need some recovery time. We've been beating up on them for a long time. They definitely need some rest. So we're going to try to make sure we do that, but yet get done what we need to do, and also take a couple of days extra to prepare for a really good Midlothian Heritage team.
All right, we'll certainly talk more about that next week. A lot of other results over the weekend and last week. What have you got, Coach?
Yeah, let's go through this. We had a lot going on. Tennis dropped their match to Gatesville. I talked to Coach Blasek. She was upset, but you know what? Just like I told her, we're going to keep grinding. We're going to do the right thing, and it's a team effort. I'm really proud of them and what they're doing. Sometimes you stump your toe. You just put a Band-Aid on it, keep going, and I know she will. So I still tip my hat to the tennis team for their efforts at Gatesville, but we'll get back in those winning ways. Cross country, real excited about what's going on cross country. Our cross country JV girls and boys won the Dublin meet. Our varsity boys finished second, which is the best showing that they've had so far, and that was led by Caleb Nelson, who finished second. Vincent Floyd finished sixth, and then Evan Fraze finished ninth. So we had 3 kids in the top 10. So congratulations to them, developing more and more. Caleb Nelson is a rock for them. He's living proof. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the fight in the dog. That young man is a grinder. He gets after it. I love watching him in cross country. I love watching him play soccer. He's just a go-getter. But what a great leader they have in him, and that the kids feed off that. And then our girls, I want congratulations to them for going to Lubbock in a preview and finishing second. So I talked to Coach Neely. She said, Coach, we finished second, and it was amazing. Wow. So that was her comment to me. So yeah, those girls are continuing on and doing great things. They've been top 2 and finished a couple of seconds and got several first place and invitational. So I think they're going to be ready come district time and maybe regionals, even on the state, hopefully. Keep our fingers crossed with them, but boy, they got some good leadership there, and they're all young. So congratulations to Coach Neely and the girls. Coach Musqueda, who's the assistant coach, traveled to Lubbock. They long trip, stayed up there, got some cross country in. So I'm glad they got some good hardware for that. Our combined team dropped their game against Wiley. It was a close ball game. I had a chance to win it, just didn't get that done. But kids played extremely hard and fought hard and never gave up, and they haven't won a game yet this year, but it's important. That team's real important, and we've talked about that before, but I see kids growing on that team. I see them finding themselves and getting a little better and gaining some confidence, which will always help them in the future. Our little freshman team won again. It was 28-20. Wiley wound up scoring late, 20 seconds left, I think, and made it a lot closer game, but they won 28-26 for that group that didn't have a bunch of success in junior high. They have a good numbers. They just had a lot of kids that we had 3 teams in the junior high, and then when you get to the high school, we have 2, and some of those kids are getting more playing time, but they're getting coached, differently. I tell people all the time, our junior high has 6 teams and 5 coaches. It's difficult to get in detail with what they're trying to do. But Coach Chastain does a great job with them at the junior high. When they get to the high school, that's when they're going to get that one-on-one coaching every day, from their offensive position to their defense position, and our coaches take that extremely serious. It's important that our freshmen and JV do well, and I think it's evident. You see that little freshman team winning, that's 4 in a row, so good to see that. They're playing really hard, they're having fun, and they're believing in each other, and Coach Clark and Coach Stacks, and that's the two that head that group up. But I tip my hat to all the coaches because they're out there every day grinding, making sure those guys are prepared. And then our JV team won again against Wiley and won in big fashion. They're playing extremely well. Took Chris Robinson off that group last week to help us have some depth at the varsity level, and they never missed a beat and kept going. We've taken Marcelo Hooker off that group as well. Possibility in the future there'll be some more, and that's sort of how the JV life is. But really pleased with them and what they're doing and the confidence they have, and they're playing well as a team too. So excited about the future with those guys, and I say I don't speak about it too much, but you look at our 8th grade team, they haven't lost a game yet.
Man, they're beasts.
They are, and if they continue to grow and they stay humble and they continue to have a work ethic that says I haven't arrived and I'm going to arrive when that time comes, I'm going to be prepared, they're going to be a special group along with the 7th grade group. I think they're performing well. Got to see them play the other night. Got a good group of kids. The difference in junior high and high school is a tremendous difference. And just because you win games in junior high doesn't mean you win them in high school. And just because you didn't win games in junior high doesn't mean you can't win them in high school. So that's my message to the kids. I'm going to try to get down there and talk to those guys, especially those 8th graders this week when I have some time during after school to do that, or the last period of the day where I'm not having to go coach. I can go talk to them and educate them, but that's my message to them. We have a group of guys right now that's struggling, but they won every game in junior high. We got a group of kids that are successful right now that didn't win a junior high game. It's how you transition, it's how you grow, it's how you mature, it's how you hold yourself accountable and you're held accountable, to be honest, and to continue to strive and push forward to be great and not rest on what I did yesterday, because yesterday's gone. So you prepare for tomorrow. So yeah. So that's my message to them. I talked to them. I saw several of them before the game on Friday and was able to shake their hand and tell them how proud of them I am and keep doing what we do and grind and grow and get better. So all in all, the future looks bright. We got a lot of good kids running around doing a lot of great things.
The future looks really, really good. Little volleyball on Friday, too?
Yeah, girls, Coach said we stepped on our toe a little bit against Stephenville. Of course, we weren't able to see that, but they dropped their match against Stephenville. I surely expect for them to bounce back. They got some good senior leadership and a group of girls that work hard, and they work hard and play well together, and I really expect them to bounce back. It's a little different than football. They play more than once, so they have opportunities to rebound and do some of those things. So I know Coach Smith's doing a good job. I see them all the time. I talk to the girls. They're fun to be around because they're like a little family, and they really work hard. So they'll take that personal, and they'll do what they have to get in the win column, I guarantee you.
And they on the road tomorrow, I do believe.
That's right. They're going to Gatesville, and they'll play at 4:30, 5:30, and 6:30 on the schedule. So that may change, but if you're there at 4:30, you'll see some. And when your kids play, if they're not on that early team, they show up and play after. So at Gatesville tomorrow, and then the girls and boys varsity cross country team will be in Dublin again for the Dublin Dash.
The Dublin Dash.
The Dublin Dash. That's right.
All right, man. So we got a busy couple of days. No football this week. I guess sub-varsity's off too. JV, freshmen.
JV and freshmen are off as well.
Everybody's open this week. All right. Man, good stuff today. I know you mentioned it earlier. Our Triple T player of the week is?
Yep, Jalen Brown, sophomore inside linebacker, number 36. Also plays backs up Colin at running back, and he's always ready to do that when we ask. Outstanding kid, great character kid, hard-working kid. It's nice to see that he's starting to catch up to the speed of the game and playing to his potential, and it's awesome that we get to honor him as the Triple T Player of the Week.
Well, I know we called his name several times the other night, so absolutely. Sophomore, going to be a pretty special player right there. About 5'11", 190 pounds. And still has some growing to do. And
going to get a whole lot stronger.
No doubt about that.
Yep.
All right. The open week, are you guys, I know you've already scouted Heritage, I think, the other day, but what else, you coaches, what are y'all doing this week? Anything, going anywhere?
I'm a recluse. I don't plan on going anywhere. Of course, we watch film. This is a good opportunity for us to self-scout, to see what other teams are seeing with us, to make sure that we don't give away tendencies and that kind of stuff, and then also continue to make sure we're doing what we can to put kids in the right position to be successful, whether it's plays, whether it's too thick of a playbook, whether it's too complex of a scheme on defense, whatever the situation may be. There's so many variables. What are we doing the right thing in special teams? But it's our job as coaches to always self-evaluate and make sure we're doing what we can do that is puts our kids in the best position to be successful. So we'll continue to do that this week. We do that during the day. I try to give our coaches a chance to be with their kiddos and see them for a couple of days before we're back at it to try to have a great second half of the season. But the next couple of days, that's what we'll do. We do that in the mornings, we do that during the middle of the day, and then we'll do it after school, of course, and meet and put things together. And like I said, we'll have a good game plan we'll have it done by Wednesday and be able to start implementing that on Thursday, getting those couple extra days. But looking forward to the opportunity. We got a great coaching staff. We really do.
No doubt.
We got a bunch of guys that have great character.
Yep.
They have an outstanding work ethic, and what a great example that they're setting for our kids. So
amen to that.
we'll continue to do what we do with that.
All right, and it's going to be nice to have a couple of back-to-back home games starting next week as well.
Yep.
Heritage and La Vega.
And La Vega, and we're going to need everybody. We're going to need everybody to come out and support.
Get those tickets, and let's get ready for October 8th. Coach, I know you have our NASCAR update right
You got to
here.
have the Monday evening NASCAR report. No, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin hadn't won anything, period. But as soon as the playoff starts, the first race of the first round he wins, and then the first race of the second round he's won. So he's off to the final 8, and Kyle Busch is rolling in there behind him, a good third place, but racking up those playoff points. So it wasn't a bad day.
Let me ask you something.
What happened to Kyle Larson and his pit strategy? What happened with that, getting a lap behind?
I fell asleep.
Man, it was bad. And then Chase Elliott did good, but Kyle Larson was winning the race and chose not to pit when everybody else pitted. And by the time he got finished and got out, he was a lap behind and never heard from him again. He was leading the race and was doing well.
Finished 10th.
10th. Yeah.
You guys are such NASCAR gurus. Let me ask you something. You talked about Denny Hamlin, didn't do squat hardly through the season, but here he comes, wins a couple of playoff races. Do you think drivers do this intentionally
Nope.
sometimes?
Nope.
Nope.
That's like asking me if the running back decided to fumble on that play.
Well, not
Did he
quite
do that because,
much, but
They want as many points as they can.
yeah,
get.
they're trying.
rack up the
It's
points.
crazy. Like the last round, there's two people, Reddick and Kyle Busch, his brother, Kurt Busch, didn't make it into the next round of the playoffs. They got the bottom four got cut, and it was by 2 positions. And if you look at the course of a season and how they've gone in all those races, and if they would have gotten 2 cars better, they would advance to the next round of the playoffs. It's everything means everything, and every stage means everything, and they're always fighting the whole time for points. So
all right.
Kevin Harvick hasn't won a race yet. He's in the playoffs.
yeah, and he's up there high in points too.
Wow. Okay.
So points matter.
So people are listening. Racing points, we don't know. You got to be an in-depth
I know.
NASCAR nut to understand all that.
What's a
And
little
remember,
bit-
I'm the guy that was not the NASCAR nut. I made fun of everybody that watched NASCAR, and I'll tell you how uneducated I was. There's a lot goes into NASCAR.
3 weeks, Texas Motor Speedway.
I won't be there. I'll be ready, working to win a football game.
That's right. I think we'll be on the road that weekend.
Alvarado, maybe?
Alvarado,
I
I
think so.
think. All right. Good stuff today, Coach. I always appreciate you and your time as always, and we'll visit again on Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
Yeah, let's thank those that make this show possible. Auto Glass Magic, Avalon Custom Homes, Bruno Auto Group, Syntex Body and Paint, Syntex Equipment Sales, Citizens National Bank, Dan Hill Container, Dr. Bon Young, Dr. Pepper Bottling Company, Edward Jones Investments, Hendrick Medical, Howie Enterprises, Humphrey Pizza, Landmark Life, MC Bank, Painter & Johnson Associates, Smith & Sharp Agency, Sonic Drive-In, Stanley Chrysler, Texas Bank, Weldon Wilson Electric, Western Bank, and Willie's Teas.
All right, Coach, thank you. Again, we'll see you on Wednesday right back here.
I'll be here. Have a great day, Brownwood.
Brownwood Lions head football coach, athletic director Sammy Burnett on the Coaches Show here on the radio Monday and Wednesdays on KOXE and video streamed at KOXE.com. And I think we'll have our Player of the Week, Jaylen Brown, in Wednesday, right?
We will.
Looking forward to visiting with Jaylen. So long, everybody. See you next time.